everyone, my name is Piper, aka the Bookish Panda. Today we are going to be reviewing School for Good and Evil, A Quest for Glory by Suman Chaitani. That was basically my reaction after finishing this. So let's talk about it. So it's technically like the fourth book in the School for Good and Evil series, but it's like the start of like the second arc. So the first two books are the first arc, and this one is like the second arc. This is like the Camelot arc. I don't know how many books it's gonna be. I don't know what else I can say. I just want to start talking about this. You should obviously read the first three first before you're reading this. It's not like you can kind of just jump in and have like some idea what's going on. You're gonna have no idea what's going on. You need to read the first three. I'm just gonna start talking about it. Spoilers. People who have read the book, you should probably leave now. I'm gonna start spoiling it. So bye. Go read the book. Come back and we can talk about this thing. Okay. Bye. It's so awkward. What am I doing? Okay, so this book wastes literally no time getting started. Chapter 7 is in and we've already killed someone. Already. When chapter 7 happened, before that it was just kind of like Tedros like bumming around in a castle and Sophie doing like goofy stuff as Dean. And then we just come to chapter 7 and I'm like, oh my god. That was like the white hand in the trailer was Chaddock dying in the snow. And oh my god, the Lady of the Lake. Jeez. You would give up all your powers just so you can kiss some random guy? Okay, so I know that this is not what he's supposed to look like at all, but when I was reading this, the snake just appeared in my head as Korekio from Danganronpa V3. That's just what he looks like to me. Whenever the snake's there, I just see Korekio. I don't know why, but that's just what he looks like. Sorry, Kyo. You've probably gathered this about me by now. I really don't like Tedros. He never really stuck with me as a character, and in this book, he just acts like an idiot. Gonna be king. Of course he messes everything up. He gets all cocky with the sword, like, I can pull out the sword. I'm the son of King Arthur. And then, you know, he makes a giant fool of himself. The big fight's going on, and he doesn't even show up. I mean, the lion comes, and I was like, oh, okay, Tedros, you finally got off your butt and, like, came over here. And no, it's not even him. He's sitting there. In every single book, him and Agatha are always having relationship problems, and it's so funny to me. This book, they just can't. They're always having problems. Like, guys, you gotta get your relationship together. I mean, it's been like 3 books. The whole big thing with all the characters, like they spent like the whole 2 weeks or whatever it was, like hyping everyone up. And a lot of the characters were literally in it for like 2 seconds. Like Beatrix is in it for 2 seconds. William and Bogdan, I still ship them by the way, were in it for about 2 seconds. Oh, and it didn't even register in my head, in the very beginning of the book when there's like that little altar boy, I didn't even realize that that was William until like he was on the ship. I think they even said his name and it was like, whoa! Right over my head. I had no idea who that child was. Like, Horde isn't even in the book that much. He's in it more in, like, the beginning half, and then the second half, he's just, like, gone. He's off making out with Nicola in a tent, you know? About the new characters. We didn't really see much of them. Like, Bogdan, he was barely in it. Nicola, she was kind of in it. More in, like, the first half, like, Horde, and then she was just gone. I mean, I like that her and Sophie started to get along, but I don't, like, really get where that happened. And they interacted, it was, like, not good. Later, they were, like, all pals or whatever, so I don't really know. And then K was in it for about 0.2 seconds. He was evil. I was like, okay, great. There was just like so many angsty Tedros chapters that I really didn't want to get through. I really hope that in the next books they're gonna have all the characters there. I hope that they get more focus in the later books because I really want to get to know them. They seem cool. Okay, I'm gonna talk about Ryan now. I was so happy. I was like, oh, finally! Sophie's gonna have a nice love interest that's not gonna want to try to trap her and force her into marrying him. Why? Why can't Sophie have nice things? Because he seemed cool. I mean, it was kind of like too good to be true. Like, he was like so perfect. I was happy that Sophie was gonna have a nice love interest and he was gonna be good and sweet, and then he's like, no, I'm the snake, except like he's not the snake. So he was the snake's eagle, but he was also himself the snake. So then who was the guy in the skins? Who was Korekio? He's not dead, because Agatha's walking down the hallway and then Kyo's just there and he's like, hey, and then she runs. The snake and Ryan are not the same person. I just want to know who, like, the snake is. Is it gonna be Arik? How would it be Arik? I really hope it's not Arik. We already killed him. I don't want him back again. I don't want to deal with that. I really want to know why the snake would agree to work with Ryan, because Ryan's getting all, like the stuff here. He's getting all the fame, and the snake has to do all like the dirty work and actually fight. He basically is agreeing to get beat up by Ryan and get absolutely nothing in return. So I'm just wondering why he would like agree to do all this in the first place. I would not agree to that. I would be like, no, I want to be king. I'm doing all this stuff for you. Ryan is not the physical snake, but he is also the snake. So he's the snake, but he's not the snake. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, Ryan can't be the snake because they were in the same room at the same time. Like, he was the lion when he was fighting the snake. When the snake was like, I have your blood, I was hoping it wasn't going to be like Tedros had a brother he didn't know about. I thought it would have been better if that was in like another direction. I feel like that was like too obvious to be the actual answer. Because throughout the whole book was Tedros was like, my father would never do that. It was just like, nope, I'm your evil brother. Like, they already did that. They already had the good brother and the evil brother wants to take Sophie. Oh, and they even said they wanted him to be schoolmaster. Why? Why'd that have to happen again? Sophie, you gotta have better taste in guys. Come on. It's like Ross and Friends. You don't want to have 2 failed marriages. You're already at 2. You can't get to 3. Before that whole like reveal of Ryan's evil thing, I was like, who proposes to their girlfriend at their friend's coronation? Like, who does that? That's like proposing to someone at someone else's wedding. Like, you don't do that. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Ryan, that's a terrible gift. What are you talking about? I mean, I know why he did that now, but when I was like reading that, I was like, okay, that's a little bit weird. So, and this whole thing with Arbit House, and they're sitting in the cloak and Merlin asks, oh yeah, what house was Ryan in? Because he went to Foxwood or whatever. And because I know someone who teaches in this house. And Tedros is like, oh, I don't know why. And Merlin's like, oh, no reason. And then when he actually says that he goes to like that house that his friend knew, Merlin's like, oh yeah, that's just like the really evil house that we keep all like the evil kids in. Why would you not tell him that? Like, why reserve that information? Merlin, I don't even want to be like all cryptic and mysterious, but just tell him. Merlin could have probably been like, we should probably leave. This doesn't seem good. I can't believe that Merlin literally says, Arbit House is where parents in Foxwood send children they want to hide from the schoolmaster. Children they believe are evil despite growing up in good families, and not just evil, so evil they're a threat to the woods. So evil they're too dangerous to be trained as villains. And Tedros just like, okay, that doesn't seem like Ryan. He's really good. Okay, bye Merlin. I'm gonna go to my coronation now with Ryan. Are you stupid? Did that not like raise any like huge alarms in your head? Like, oh, whoa, maybe like he's actually like the snake or working with the snake. Nope, he's just like, doo-doo-doo, I'm gonna go to my coronation. Oh, hey Ryan, let me get that gift now. Dude, you're so stupid. He better do some intelligent things in the next book, I swear to God. He's Jason 2.0, I swear. The thing with Agatha not even letting him kill the snake, it was like, oh honey, you're just making things much worse. There's already so much Tedros angst and now you've just caused so much more. Oh yeah, and then Dot was right. She was like, I saw a pirate, he had sunburned eyes. And Esther and Anadol, I know they're like super thorough with everything, so how on earth did they miss that? It didn't cross any of their minds that the snake might already be inside the castle. No one thought to do a little background check on everyone. The password for this restaurant that just like, yeah, I'm gonna take you there. It's gonna be really safe. No one can get in. It's password protected. It's in Sherwood Forest. The password is Little John. What? Why would you make the password the name of a person that is very well known in Sherwood Forest? That is probably very easy to guess. I honestly think that if Tedros had brought him there, he wouldn't even be safe if Tedros had brought Lance to Sherwood Forest, because that's like the stupidest password I've ever heard. Except for the password being password in Magnus Chase, because that was equally as stupid. So the book ends. So Agatha has Davy's ball, and she's separated from everyone else and she's running away. So Tedros is in the dungeon. Presumably everyone else is also in the dungeon. I'm assuming that that's how she's gonna contact people. I mean, I don't know if she can use it, because number one, she has to know how to use it, and number two, she has to like have enough energy and strength to be able to continue to use it. If I have to deal with more Tedros sitting in a dungeon angst chapters, I swear. We already did that again in book 2. Please, no more angst Tedros chapters. It's like the Jason chapters in Percy Jackson. There's so many of them, and you don't want to read them, and they're so long, but you have to. But I really want to see more of the characters. Like, even Kay, even though he was like, I'm evil, haha. I guess I should have expected that when he just like left Tedros in the dungeon by himself. William Bogdan, they gotta be a thing, I swear. I want them to have more character than just like the 2 idiots that can't do anything and like playing with tarot cards. Oh my god, they were right! They said beware gifts. See? See? Tedros, he was like, oh, you guys are stupid. You're playing tarot cards now. You should have listened to him. They were right. I was so mad at Tedros after he made like that big speech about how it wasn't gonna be like his mother. He was gonna be nice to her and he's gonna treat Lady Grameen with like respect and like appreciate her. And then like as soon as his mother shows up, he's like, bye, and he runs and hugs her and he just like leaves her and doesn't stand up for her, and I'm like, huh, what are you doing? This is why I don't like you. And then he tries to go back with her, but you know, you're too late, you already ruined it, she's already gone. And then they never really make up after that, and I was like, are you kidding? I want to talk about my theories for the trailer video. That one stupid shot, the person with the turban in the castle, that was like stumping me, and I'm pretty sure it was literally just because it was Lady Grameen, she wears the turban and she's in the castle. Like that was literally it. I was like thinking so far into it, I was like, what if the castle was like alive? I mean, I wasn't thinking that, but I was like going so deep into it. And there were tarot cards because William and Bogdan like using tarot cards. And then the other thing that I couldn't get was the thing with Agatha's face being the ocean. That was because only she could control the grain. Oh, and then I was thinking that they had to go to like 3 different places. Did they go to 3 different places? I was thinking they had to go in like 3 different places to like find mystical items for a quest. Like, no, it was not a fetch quest. So basically the whole book, all of Tedros' chapters is basically him like, I need to fight, I have to fight, and then just actually never does anything. People are just like, no, you can't fight, and he's like, okay. That's basically all of Tedros' chapters in a nutshell, so you don't need to read them. That's all that happens in his chapters. It's just him moping around the castle, how he's sad because he can't do anything. Even when the lion comes out, he doesn't even come. I thought it was him, but it's not. He didn't even show up when literally all his friends are in danger, and he doesn't come. He doesn't even come. No wonder the crowd likes the lion better than him. I mean, what were you honestly expecting, dude? You've literally done nothing. And there's this wonderful part in the book where Sophie just like roasts Tedros, and it's wonderful. Is it my fault your dear Teddy didn't show up to save us? Is it my fault your king is derelict in his duties? Don't blame me for being swept off my feet by a hero who actually knows how to do his job. But no, it doesn't even end there, because then Agatha's like, we don't even know who he is. You don't even know his name. Does knowing Tedros' name make it any more competent or useful? No, it doesn't. Someone finally said it! That was all I needed. That made me so happy when that happened. I was like, oh, thank you, Sophie. You understand. There was so much, like, shipping in this book. Like, there's the part with the beaver and Dot's like, those aren't the 2 leopards I was talking about. The girls followed her eyes to Bogdan and William. Far behind, Bogdan was short, dark, William tall and fair. They weren't conversing, they weren't even looking at each other. Such a joker, Dot. I was like, me too. Even Dot ships it. That was hilarious. I love that. There's this part where the beaver tour guide is like, oh yeah, the blonde girl with the girlfriend. Even the beaver ships Sophie and Agatha. And then later on where it's like, we were all getting killed where you 2 were all kissing somewhere. Everyone ships Sophie and Agatha and William and Bogdan. This is great. I know Sophie and Agatha would never end up together, but that's honestly a lot better pairing than Agatha and Tedros. And then the part where they're eating in the restaurant and Tedros like, yeah, remember the time that just like Sophie turned into Satan? It's one of the few things that Tedros has said that I actually liked. I kind of wish that Ryan had been introduced a little earlier. I think it would have been cool if he was introduced to like the gang. Like he got like a gang intro like everyone else did, like one of those cool ones. Like, cause Kay got one. Kay got one and Ryan didn't for whatever reason. It would be cool if we got one and we knew him from the beginning and we started to like him and he formed like a relationship with Sophie. And then it turned out that he was the bad guy instead of like randomly appearing in the middle of the book, fighting everyone and being super good at literally everything he does and being like, oh, I'm the bad guy, who knew? I don't know how they would work that in though. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you next time I make a video. So bye! Woo! Crackio, I'm sorry. I mean, you're honestly just as creepy as the snake is, so I'm honestly not surprised my brain made that connection, but now I can't undo that, so, I mean, he does wear green, he has a mask, and he's tall, but where did that come from? Why did my brain think of that? I don't know. It's just gonna be there now forever. Keo the snake. Oh no.